So, I got the Xbox and I got the PlayStation 5. Super excited. And I wanted to create a dual review. I think talking about both is important. And I think because they are in direct competition with each other and direct competition with my time, it just makes perfect sense. Let's get it done. This is my review of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Brought to you by the 4-Player LAN Party Podcast. Okay, so first and foremost, I love my game consoles. Love them both. They're awesome. They're amazing. But I want to start talking about the Xbox first. I think we should get the Xbox going. It's the later of the two consoles. I really want to give my opinions about this because it's super important to me that I address a few things, because I didn't really know how to say it before the console came out, and I feel like I was right about a few of my kind of ideas. But let's talk about it. So the Xbox Series X is $500. It is a 1TB console, and one of the really cool parts about it is the way the system looks. I mean, it's beautiful. You get a amazing tower that just stands so proudly, and the vents on top of the system, it makes it look like there's something in the vents, so you're looking around and you're kind of just poking through and you get that little green tint. I had to light to my entertainment stand so I can accent that green vent even more, and I gotta say, it worked out great. It's beautiful. One of the big things I can say about the Xbox Series X, in my opinion, is it's fast. It is fast. It's actually faster than the PlayStation, and I want to say that. I want to give it its credit. It knows what it's doing with the Series. The Series X knows what it's doing with its SSD compatibility. It knows how to use its compatibility perfectly. Smart delivery, having the games that you buy be super, glossed up, and then being able to smoothly move through them, knowing full well that you have to worry about, all the different patches and all the information you need to gather to make the games look better. It's amazing how it works. It's magic. They should have called it magic delivery. They should have called it magic delivery because it's freaky how good it is. Other than that, I would say it's really nice to have a share button on the controller that's smooth. You don't have to go through like settings and prompts in order to be able to share your gameplay on Facebook or Instagram, or being able to put it on different social medias. And since Mixer is no longer in the question, I think that it's kind of going to be an interesting way to see how Microsoft kind of throws content creation a bone in their system and shows how open it can be with multiple different platforms. It could be amazing, or I don't know, they could just be like, Facebook gaming, because that's who bought Mixer. One of the big things that I'm going to say is a negative about the Xbox, though, because I really want to focus on this, and this was something that kind of had me up in arms when the Xbox lost Halo, and then the Xbox was marketed for Cyberpunk, and one of the big things that I could say the Xbox lacks is games. I mean, I spent 6.5 hours playing A Way Out with a really good friend of mine because we wanted to play the new Xbox, but we didn't know what game to play. And we could have played like Gears or something, but let's be honest, it wasn't really like either of us didn't play Gears when it came out. We both knew the story. We didn't want to run through it again, and we wanted a new story, and we had to go to an older game to do that. And I think that's one of the biggest things. Xbox doesn't have any games that are out right now. They don't have anything good. I mean, the best game they have is Assassin's Creed, and it looks the same on PlayStation than it does on Xbox. That's nuts. You are not seeing the differences in graphical compatibility and quality, but PlayStation is showing it to you. And I'm not using this as the PlayStation example, but what I'm saying is, if you're going to come out with a new console, make sure you have something to put on the console. I get that they want to focus on Game Pass. Game Pass is awesome, and I can really see the value in having a console like this. Hence the reason why I have it right now, because Game Pass is a value in and of itself, but it's not a value if there's nothing to play to show off the quality of your console. I want people who, see me play my games, who come over to my house and like, oh, that's the new Xbox, dude, I want to play something. I don't know what to have him play. I mean, what, I haven't played Gears? Like, I'm like, oh, dude, you want to play Gears? You don't want any like, new games? Or, you know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that at all. Another really big thing that I really think Xbox kind of dropped the ball on was they focused so much on making this machine, but they forgot to make everything feel new. The operating system, the UI is the exact same as on the Xbox. Exact same. Everything feels the same. Even the UI stays at 1080p before you jump into a game, and then your TV and the game upscale for quality. I don't know. I don't think that's wise. I'm not seeing where Xbox is trying to show me a next generation console here. I'm just seeing where they're like, oh yeah, we came out with something new. Here, buy Game Pass. And it screams that every time you go to look for a game or you end up playing Fortnite, which is smooth as butter on the Xbox, by the way. Smooth as butter. But it's Fortnite. It's not hard to be smooth. It's not hard at all. That's one of the reasons why I'm really, if I had to give it out of, I don't know, possible 4 controllers, I'd give it 2 controllers right now. And I'm not saying that it's not because the system isn't amazing. The system's awesome for what it does. What I'm saying is I don't know what I'm waiting for, and I don't know what I'm getting. I don't know what I'm looking at when I'm playing it, because I'm only looking at things that I could have played on my Xbox. So yeah, a 2 out of 4 if I had to give it anything, and it's only because I don't know what it looks like, and I can't buy anything to really push and show me what graphically we're dealing with here. And I get it, Halo, it happens, but you as a company, Microsoft, had a job to do, which is quality control out a few different games like Sony did. And that's why I think this is definitely Sony's game. All right, but enough of my woes about Xbox. The Sony PlayStation is 100% the better console in this generation right now. It's too big though. It's too freaking big. It's huge. Like, it's wildly huge. Like, I can't believe how big it is. Like, it's a behemoth. It's like wide and all outside. But I love it. It's so fast, smooth. It's not as fast as the Xbox, but where it loses maybe like 30 seconds of speed. I'm still not touching my phone, by the way. I still haven't, touched my phone when I start up my console. It's still beautiful. It's still amazing. I still have a great time with it. But it has this thing called the DualSense. This controller is nuts. The triggers are nuts. The vibrations and the haptic feedback are nuts. Everything about this controller just makes you feel like you're actually either holding a gun or swinging through a web. And they do it in a way that just pulls you and pushes you and makes you feel like, okay, I'm not just holding a piece of plastic that makes my controller, that controls the character in my game. I'm holding a piece of the game. I'm holding a piece of the character in my hands. This is my connection to the other world. And it does it in a way that explains to me why I should care about the story. And I love buying games to see how they work on this. Miles Morales was amazing. I think a review's coming for that soon. But more than that, I think one of the big things that Sony's doing is they're giving us the feeling of next gen by showing us full ray tracing, by showing us, a full bevy of decent tech with the DualSense controller, having Astro's Playroom for free on the system, knowing that next year we're going to get Destruction All-Stars for free, having the PlayStation Collection. If you have PlayStation Plus, you basically get a bunch of really good PS4 games, which I'm going to definitely dive into. I'm super excited about it. But what I think PlayStation did, and what I think nobody's really talking about, is they really went out and said, okay, we want to be a game machine that has games instead of a software company that makes a game console that doesn't put out software, but wants you to sign up for a subscription. It's like basically, okay, well, we don't have a Mandalorian, like Microsoft doesn't have the Mandalorian, but they still want you to buy Disney Plus. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But Sony, they have a horrible streaming service with PlayStation Now. It's not great, but they're not worried about that. They want you to invest in the worlds, and they're willing to pay top dollar to do so. And I'm really happy that I was able to get a PlayStation. And I'm really, honestly, if you are going to be looking for a new console, definitely look for a PlayStation first. I mean, there are so many games that I want to play because I know that there are games out there that are graphically intensive and that can show me what the PS5 can do. Where on the Xbox, I don't have that, and I really want that. I really want to be able to sit there and say, well, I can play this game and I can really see, you know, where they stretched the power of the Series X and they got all in the guts of how good and how powerful it was. I don't think we've ever really seen like a native Xbox Series X game yet, like a game that's like made with the Xbox Series X in mind. I mean, I know we've had games like I said, Gears of War, which is, you know, remastered for the Series X and Series S. But it's a remaster. I mean, all they did was, you know, they went in and they fixed some things and made it look, you know, good. But I want to see a game that goes in from the jump and is like, this is what we thought of with the power of the Series X. And I just don't see it being like that right now. And I don't see that happening before the end of the year. And it's kind of sad because if Cyberpunk gets delayed again, I really believe that that's going to be the game that is going to get people to buy consoles. And people are going to buy the consoles anyway. I mean, they're next-gen consoles. People want them. But I feel like Xbox, though this is their best console that they sold, which is what they said, I think they're going to have a very big fall if they don't get something out to market that's playable, that's next-gen, that makes you think, if you have an Xbox One, man, I should have really tried to get an Xbox Series X, like PlayStation 5. I mean, Spider-Man, you can buy that on PS4, but you want to play it on PS5. Like, it's just how it is. It's amazing, too. So the PS5, honestly, I gotta throw it up. I mean, honestly, I think the PS5 is one of my favorite consoles I've ever owned. I think it's 4 out of 4 controllers. You know, that's my thing. Yeah. And I'm super excited to keep playing Call of Duty, even though Call of Duty sucks. But because I'm using the DualSense, it makes it a little better. It just makes it a little better. And I don't have a problem with either console. I'm not like a fanboy of Sony or anything like that. If anything, I was more hype about the Xbox. Everybody, you know, I could tell 100 of my friends would be like, hey, which one was I more excited about? And everybody's like, yeah, you were excited about the Xbox. Until I found out that a lot of things that I wanted, I just wasn't getting. And I don't want this to be a Xbox sucks video, because I really want this to be a PlayStation is amazing consoles video that you should definitely focus on trying to find if you can. And if you can't, try your best to figure out a way to get to find it. Just don't go out and buy from scalpers. Like, that ain't the wave. But honestly, the PlayStation right now does have the advantage, and I think they're gonna have the advantage for a while, because I think that there are gonna be games that are gonna come out for the PS5 that are gonna be pretty legendary. And I know that Sony's really good about having those studios in the background, kind of cooling, kind of chilling, kind of doing their thing, you know, just relaxing. I think we're gonna see a huge jump in the quality of games overall when it comes to PlayStation. Or Xbox, I just don't know what Xbox is doing. I mean, I know Fable's coming out eventually. I know Halo's coming out eventually. There's only 2 games I know about. You know, like, where are we going from here? God of War is coming soon for PlayStation. Oh my god. And you have that comfort of knowing that it's probably gonna be there. And that's why I think Sony's just killing it right now. Graphics wise, I mean, they're both amazing. They're both beautiful. I don't think graphics is the only thing you can judge them on. I think you really need to focus on what they're going to be able to give you, because I think this is one of those things where, you know, judge not what, you know, your console looks like, but judge what it can put in a game for you. And that's what Xbox is really missing, is games. And I'm going to keep saying that over and over again because it's true. But I don't know, guys. What do you think? Did you get a new console? Did you not get a new console? I think the PS5 is a better console. I think it's a better console because of games. I think it's a better console because of just the power of it. I think it's a better console because of the controller, and they're trying a lot of things with gaming. They're not trying to be a subscription service. They're trying to give you a next generation, a new world of quality when it comes to gaming. What do you guys think? Do you care about that? Do you think it's gimmicky? Let me know. Overall, though, PlayStation's better. Sorry. I hope Xbox gets their poop together. We'll find out. Thank you. Peace.